We're back here down at Pulrose Bridge. It's now 5:30 in the morning. Sergeant Officer John Kelly is with us. You have got an exclusion zone around here now because there's still some problems.
That's correct, Paul. We've now discovered some acetylene cylinders. They're not the larger type of acetylene, thankfully. However, we've still got to set up an exclusion zone to at least 200 metres. We're now in the process of escalating up our command and control the incident because of these items that have been discovered in the garage that have now been confirmed. We need to then look at some type of risk assessment to pull this exclusion zone back, because it's going to cause a little bit of chaos this morning when people are going to work. It's something out of our control. We are not now dealing with a potential bomb. If it goes off, they do go off quite spectacularly. Hopefully it won't. We've got cooling water on the cylinders. We know exactly where they are, and we're now in the process of having an update hourly. We're going to review the situation at 7 o'clock and see if we can get more information out.
Well, certainly some of the fire crews are going. As we speak now, another one is leaving. So are you just having to stand back and wait now?
That's all we can do. We never committed any crews into the building originally because we had suspicion there was some dangerous bits and pieces in it. We didn't want to expose them to any unnecessary danger, so we were in a defensive mode from the start. We could see some cylinders in there which doubled our caution, if I would say. We had 3 firefighting appliances and an aerial platform on scene. Now what we've had to do is scale back, because all we need is ground monitors, etc. They're just automatic firefighting jets that we put onto the cylinders to cool. We don't need all these appliances. We've still got to respond to other incidents.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of resource here at the height of the fire, which now looks like it's been knocked back, and hopefully we'll scale it down, and it's just a case of standing around now and cooling these cylinders for a period of 24 hours.
No, this is an industrial estate. What was actually in that building?
We were looking at a lot of risk here initially from a dynamic perspective. We had other units we had to consider. Thankfully with this incident we were able to contain it from an early stage, if not extinguish it straight away. We contained it between 2 other buildings with good fire separation. So it was reasonably easy to deal with. The biggest problem were the hazards in there that we hadn't identified. We had initial problems with pulling the resource down because the coal came in at 0244. We had problems getting key holders, information, etc. So we had to act accordingly. However, at the height of the fire, we did have 3 pumping appliances and a turntable ladder and aerial.
So I believe there's about 4 different units in there, and they've all been hit by some sort of smoke damage and fire?
That's correct. The actual garage workshop where the fire originated, that's totally destroyed. We've got fire impingement either side to some extent. However, we managed to hold the fire either side. The problem being there was large fire loading each side of that building. It was all high risk. It was like 6 industrial units. With all the relevant risks. There was fiberglass, resins, there was oils, petrol, there was usual industrial estate storage. We did have a little bit of a tricky incident to deal with initially.
Well, obviously for people going to work in the morning, what's going to be the update? Are you going to keep assessing it? Or it could be 24 hours, couldn't it? I mean,
we've now got our main control unit here. We will assess it every hour, maybe earlier, every half hour, but we'll try and, as to the best of our ability, we'll try and pull back this exclusion zone. But that will be a result of our risk assessment. We're now in liaison with the Manchester Electricity Authority with regards to the power station, because that's included in it. Peel Road, Total Oil's garage, the Total garage down there. So we've got to look at pulling this exclusion zone back to within a manageable risk assessment. Well, it might be not necessarily be the 200 metre. We might pull it back to maybe 150, 140 in places, so the island can still function in this area in effect.
Finally, nobody injured, no loss of life, nothing like that at all?
No injuries. Nobody was committed into the fire. That was the plan from the start. We had no intention of putting any crews into that environment. As I say, it was horrendously hazardous. No injuries have been reported. We have got a little issue now, possible bit of environmental impact. There's a large quantity, over 250 odd litres of oil in there, used oil that could go into the river, we've got to now deal with. And also some runoff from the copious amounts of water we're putting onto the acetylene cylinders.